looking to cleanse the community a wee bit.
You wouldn't want to be the odd man out in the street. Touch my family and I'll kill you.
Some of the introspection that visited us during lockdown, making us aware of what really mattered, what we might have taken for granted, and family being a big part of that. The audiences seem to be responding to that, and so many people have said to me afterwards, God, that really made me think about my mum all the time when we had to make that decision, or when we moved from here to there. So I'm glad that as specific as Belfast is, it seems to be going out and connecting with the world.
You know, going on that journey with him and seeing how much it's meant to him has been a really beautiful part of this whole thing, you know, and you know, it's essentially it's his story, but it's, in a way it's all of our stories, and I was born into the middle of this war, you know, and to see how it affected real good, hard-working people in Belfast, I think it's really important, you know.
We're living in a civil war. What do you want? I want my family with me. I want you.
Any script that I've ever read that sort of was set in the north has always dealt with this sort of troubles in a very kind of looking at the ideology of one side or the other, and it's always been this sort of romanticism of supposed, you know, these brave men or these tortured men, and this was something so fresh in this way that it looked at the people of Belfast without all of that, and the families and the communities who were actually affected. And I think that it was so special to me to be able to represent those people who I think have not been part of the conversation very often, and Ken wrote it with such empathy and compassion.
Kids the same age as ours are getting killed. We can give these boys a better chance than we ever had.
Yeah, it really is Ken's childhood story. Of Ken at 9 years of age, that year of where a child is starting to grow up. He's innocent and he's open, and he starts to see the horror of the real world encroaching. And at that particular time, of that kind of joyousness, suddenly that background of ugly sectarianism and violence and fear.
It was actually filmed on his house grounds, so we had a walk around his house, and he showed me where he wrote the script, and he wrote it on a little shepherd's hut next to his house. So that was really nice of him, and I felt so privileged.
Yes, doing something personal, and frankly for any of us doing something in that just after that first lockdown was a miracle. We've never seen a crew of people so glad to be there. We didn't know whether we were coming back, we didn't know whether this was an interval, and we wanted to do something that, although it deals with a difficult time, also sent a little joy out into the world, and that's the connection with the audience that I'm thrilled seems to be happening.